My boy.
Tristan Hutton.
What's going on,
man? You alright, bro? Good to see
Chilling,
you,
man. I'm chilling.
Appreciate you, bro. You ready?
Are you ready?
Hey, I'm ready, man.
Man, you know you a busy guy, man. That's why I get in contact with you.
Hey, man, not easy. You know, I'm always ready to drop whatever for you, bro.
Absolutely, man. How life been for you?
It's been good. It's been good. Today been one of them days where, you know, we just been ripping and running and everything. But, you know, October 3rd, you feel me?
You know.
Good feelings and everything on the hill. Glad to be here today. And I've been excited for this interview. I know we had to reschedule a couple times.
It's good, it's good. You know it's all good vibes. I know you're a busy person, man.
Yes, sir. Not even. I'm glad that grad school is giving you the opportunity to kind of slow down a little bit and just kind of chill out. You know, reconvene, get involved in some other things.
Absolutely. Life after being president, huh?
Yes, sir.
You like it?
Yeah.
You miss being president?
I do miss being president a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not the role itself, but just the, it was just a crazy connection to campus. You know, with being the president, like I felt responsible for so much stuff. But, you know, I'm glad to tap into other ventures and, you know, still have that involvement on campus without too much responsibility.
Absolutely, man. You connected, man. You don't mind it.
All right.
I gotta do it. Hey man, it's big, man. I don't think people understand how big it is. Give you on a run around campus episode, man.
Hey man, it's big that you created it, bro.
Oh,
It's
man.
amazing.
I gotta give credit to you guys, man.
First show with me.
Oh, absolutely. It's gonna be a great show too. I know Madison gonna knock it out of the park with you, man. Madison actually super duper excited.
Oh, for real? Oh yeah,
she's super
She
duper
been sending me
excited.
all type of stuff. So
Yeah, man.
Excited for it.
Oh, yeah, man. You ain't got such no doors around here. Gotta touch no doors around here, man. Hey, man, let's go ahead and get to it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yo, what's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Word Around Campus Soul Sessions. I am Madison DeVoe, and I am here with Zachary Bell. Zach?
Yes, so greetings everyone. I'm Zachary Bell. I'm a 5-year professional MBA candidate from Jacksonville, Florida, former student body president and university trustee.
Okay, Zach, so we're actually going to jump in right into some hot questions. So these questions you're going to want to answer fast, straight off the dome.
Okay, cool.
Bet? Ready?
Let's go.
Okay, so what's your favorite movie?
Titanic.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
It is, but okay. Is water wet?
Water is not wet.
Okay, who's your celebrity crush?
Oh man, that's tough. Let me think. Probably JDP.
Okay. All right, name one of your favorite artists. As far as music.
Drake. Come on.
Okay, Drake. Okay. All right, so what is one rule that you live by?
Be as integral as possible. Treat everybody how you would like to be treated.
Okay, golden rule. Okay. So what is the priciest thing that you've ever splurged on?
Oh man, besides my rent, I would probably say
That's real.
buying some off-white Forest.
Got you. Okay.
Good decision.
No. It was a great decision, fashionably, we'd say.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your dream country to visit?
I would say Egypt.
Got you. All right. And what's your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve, I don't like when people talk too loud.
Got you. So you're not with like all the wordy mouthy stuff. Yeah, you ain't with all the rah-rah. Got you. Straight to it. So speaking of straight to it,
Okay.
so we're gonna get into these questions. I want you to answer them as honestly as possible.
Absolutely.
You know you the real. We here with it.
Absolutely.
And the people have questions. So I'm ready for you to answer them.
All right, let's do it next.
Okay. So what is the biggest piece of advice that you would give somebody looking to get involved in like student leadership?
All right, so the biggest piece of advice that I would give someone looking to get into student leadership would probably be to know yourself. Because a lot of times, if you don't know yourself, then other people will probably try to tell you who you are. So, you know, whenever you're on the campus of FAMU, there are a lot of different things that attract a lot of people. People end up trying to join certain organizations that aren't really them because they want to fit in. But you just got to know yourself. You got to know what values do you have, what do you see yourself in a few years, and who are you at that moment. So it would definitely be know yourself.
Okay, yeah, I feel like that's a very important piece of advice because I feel like, going to a HBCU, you can get caught up in what everyone else is doing. And I feel like originality is also very important to the culture of an HBCU. So which one of your campaign points do you feel like you didn't touch on enough? And now that you're no longer, student body president, how do you plan on fulfilling those points?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say that one of the campaign points, Lord, it's been a while, that I really wanted to touch on that we didn't really get a chance to, was to put more of an emphasis on enhancing the experience of transfer students. You know, it's really heartbreaking when transfer students would come to me and they would tell me that, you know, I just want to belong. I just want to feel like I fit in. And as soon as they got to FAMU, they feel as if everybody's already clicked up. And, you know, I definitely love programs like the FAMU Ignite program where you can go to a community college and then come here to FAMU. But it does create a little bit of a separation because we have the ability to already create like culture before they even get a chance to come here. So I would have spent a lot more time creating, you know, different events and everything to actually be able to give those transfer students a better experience at FAMU, but not just transfers, also international students, people that are just out of state from wild places like Wyoming. Believe it or not, there are people from Wyoming that go to FAMU, people from California, just to give them a better experience here.
Yeah, okay. That's real. Okay. So you are the party prez.
Yes.
You like a party or two. How did you get that nickname?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna take you all the way back to my freshman year.
Oh, Lord.
When I was Zach from Jax. So that was honestly the coin term that I had back then, Zach from Jax. My homegirl, she was Jay from Dade. We had a little clique, you feel me? And I just always loved to have fun, have a good time. And out of nowhere, I got attracted to like student leadership. And so, you know, through my matriculation at FAMU, after serving as like the Senate Pro Tem, then the Senate President, and then wanting to take that big step to be the student body president, I didn't want to kind of give up a piece of who I was. You know, I love to go to Top Flight, that 10-piece, you know what I'm saying, have a good time in there. But the party prez was just fully encompassing of who I am. I get the opportunity to handle business and be as presidential as possible, suit and tie. And then, you know, when I want to put on my fitted cap and my J's and rock out at, not Baja's for real, but you know, anything, bad and bougie, that's my opportunity for me to really be myself.
Yeah.
So I think the party prez kind of allowed me to be an unconventional student leader, which I think helped me shape my brand.
Definitely. So I did hear you mention that you're from Jacksonville, 904,
Yes,
Duval.
Duval.
Okay. So how do you think that, you know, being born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, prepared you to being the man you are today, to being ready to come and dominate FAMU?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I love I love Jacksonville. Anybody that's from Jacksonville, you hear us yelling Duval, you know, we say LaVille.
24/7.
That truly does run the hill. And I think that Jacksonville taught me how to honestly serve, first and foremost. I was involved in a lot of things in Jacksonville, one organization called W.A.C, so that's Youth Engaged in Service. So that gave me the opportunity to get my feet wet and really learn not only how to serve, but why people serve in general. And then two, I'm a graduate of Paxton School for Advanced Studies, and I really want you guys to do a little bit of research. There are a lot of people that graduated from Paxton that came to the Hill, and we all seem to do great things once we finally got here. And I think it has a little bit to do with the rigor at Paxton, but also the fact that there weren't a lot of black individuals there.
Yeah.
So the ones that were there, we all kind of stuck together and whatnot.
A fun fact, actually, my sister graduated from Paxton.
Okay,
so
you know a little
yeah,
bit about them Golden
the
Eagles.
Eagles, yes, definitely. So we're going to get straight into, you know, this question, the hot question of the hour.
Okay.
All right, so the homecoming concert last year.
Lord.
So, you know, we were supposed to have Lotto and the City Girls in Santana, and, you know, what happened with Lotto? Lotto didn't come.
So I'm going to educate y'all a little bit about it. So, of course, you know, homecoming is taken care of by Student Government Association. And it's taken care of based off of the budget that's prepared the previous year. So in that annual budget, I'm going to give you kind of a little bit of a scope. The year that Moneybag came, we had roughly like a $3.1 million budget, right? And there was $150,000 allocated for the homecoming concert itself. My year, it was a $2.25 million budget for the entire school year, and only $25,000 was allocated for the homecoming concert itself, and $141,000 was allocated to the entire week of homecoming.
Right.
So, you know, when you think about it, when you want to go out and get these big artists, like, of course, we would have loved to get like a Future, a Lil Durk, a Drake. You know, that's everybody's dream to have Drake come to their campus.
For homecoming.
Right, but it costs money for you to bring those people. So at the time, with us trying to be resourceful without a lot of funds, we decided to use a third party. And, I really don't want to name drop them, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay, drop it.
World Entertainment.
Okay.
And a lot of them are FAMU alums.
Yeah.
And so we entrusted them to go out and find artists and whatnot. And they had the capital and the funds to be able to do so and to pay for it for us. So, of course, they handle everything on the front end, while we handle a lot of things on the back end. Things such as the SGA barbecue, making sure that the drive-in movie and whatnot was all taken care of. But they were professionals with industry experience already. So what came down to it is that they had a contract with a lot of, for different cities and whatnot, right? And so FAMU wasn't particularly one of those cities, but they had given her the money up front, like a deposit, so that they could move to a different venue. All right, not a different venue, but a different city.
Right.
All right. So, but they hadn't sent her the secondary part of that funding already. So they paid the deposit. So I think that you remember a little bit about how she posted, like, "Hey, I'm not booked for this," because technically she wasn't booked in full unless you already not only dropped that deposit, but you paid the last bit of that money. So, I kind of hate the fact that whenever you're at the top, you have to deal with the fact that everything lies on you. And, I definitely had to take it with a grain of salt. Family brutal sometimes.
Super bad.
But then again, those that are made to take the heat can take the heat. And, I was able to do so. And, I don't fault Lotto at all. Lotto, it's all love. I understand it wasn't you. That was bad business.
We love you, Lotto.
That was bad business on the behalf of the promoter and whatnot that did so. But it's all love. I love what you're doing and everything. I hope you see this for real. I do. I'm going to shoot my shot. All right? But other than that, I think that we were still able to recover a little bit and try to give students the best experience that we could with the hand that we've been dealt. If I could go back completely, I would say that it's important to be as proactive as possible, and also that FAMU needs to do a lot better from an administration standpoint and evolving with the times, because you can't do things the same way. You can't have that if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of mentality, especially when you want to give students at the #1 public HBCU a premier experience. So it's all good. I learned from it. Take it with a grain of salt. I hope to go into media and entertainment one day. So, those are kind of like one of those experiences that I'd be able to tell. Like, when I was student body president, we had this crazy fiasco. I put out a statement. The entertainment company wasn't telling us everything that was going on, so we were looking wild. But, you kind of got to roll with the punches.
Definitely. So, what would you say that you have learned from that situation, and what do you think that you will take from that situation with any other projects that you might do?
I would say, one, you got to fact check people. You have to fact check people, because everybody isn't necessarily who they say they are. And I have no doubt that the company that we used, the third party, had the best intentions, and that it just was a matter of them not being thorough enough to make sure that they dotted all of their I's and crossed all of their T's. So definitely one with that. And then two, being as transparent as possible, Thinking back, I think I would have said early on in the year the fact that, like, I got $2.25 million to spend for the entire year and only $141,000 with homecoming. Mind you, I told you before that the homecoming concert itself, the 2021 through 2022 year, had that much money. So when you're spending that out against an entire week full of events,
right,
it gets pretty thin. All right?
Definitely.
What's up?
Okay. So holding such a high position on campus definitely puts you under the spotlight. So people always have something to say about you. But what's like one thing that you heard about yourself and you were like, nah, man, like y'all tripping, like what's going on? What's this about?
Yeah, most definitely. So I would say that, people talking, it did faze me for a little bit, but you just kind of take it with a grain of salt. We all human. I would say the wildest thing that I probably heard, that I can say on here, because there's some stuff that I really can't say.
You can't say on here,
it
yeah.
It wouldn't be appropriate, but probably that people within my cabinet or my administration were stealing or embezzling funds. And I'm like, man, it's absolutely no way that they were doing that, because you can't do it. I have to literally sign off on every single expense. So they were doing it, that I was too, and these pockets was not. I did not have none of that stuff in my pocket at all. So You know, it's all good. You hear those things, and
Yeah.
you just know that some people are just ignorant. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know any better. So I think that it's important for us to be transparent with, the students of Florida A&M University and educate them a little bit on how things work. But if they really want to know, a lot of times they can go to the student body documents, the student body statutes, the Constitution, and they can find exactly what it is that people are supposed to do and what their roles all entail.
Okay, and so where would we find those things?
Oh yeah, you can find it at sga.famu.edu. I'm sure it's still there. And honestly, if you want to add me or you want to reach out to Mondelez X Francis, the new president and vice president, I'm sure that they'll be able to give you guys all the documents that you can.
So what piece of advice would you give to the Mondelez X Francis administration, now that you have, served your presidency and, so they can have, a successful year?
Yeah, 100%. So I would probably say, one, you cannot please everybody. And, that's okay. Once you get to these positions, a lot of times you're always chasing after, okay, I got to do everything that it is that I said that I was going to do. And although you do need to hold yourself accountable, it's okay to understand that you may not be able to please everyone. I'm sure that, I know you mentioned the new homecoming lineup and everything. I'm sure that they put their best foot forward regardless, and that whatever resources and everything that they were given, that they made the best with what they had. So regardless, it's okay that you cannot please everybody. And then number two, I will honestly tell them to enjoy the experience. And I know that seems so minuscule and so small, but being the student body president of Florida A&M University completely changed the trajectory of my life. It did 110%. It opened up so many doors for me to go and do future things. I aspire to go into media and entertainment. I think I mentioned that earlier. And I met so many people, just even the network of other HBCU leaders, like they really got to milk it. They got to understand that they're now a part of a group of people that have done things that a lot of other people will never get the opportunity to do. So they should have the best experience that they can with it. 100%.
Definitely so. So speaking of the homecoming lineup, I know you saw it trending. Everyone was comparing our homecoming lineup to the homecoming lineup at North Carolina A&T.
Okay, for sure.
Would you go to NCAT's homecoming?
Yeah, most definitely. So I would for sure. I would go to GHO. I think that's what they call it, greatest homecoming on earth. I would also say too that North Carolina A&T and FAMU, NCAT has a lot of students. FAMU doesn't necessarily have as many students. And so, when it comes down to homecoming budgets or whatnot, a lot of times it's based off of student enrollment. The more students you have, the more money that you have in A&S fees. So the more opportunity you have to go and get more people. So I think that a lot of times one comparison is the thief of joy. FAMU, we gotta embrace what it is that we do have and make the best out of it. But I would for sure pull up the GHO and
Definitely.
have a good time, just because I want to go on a little HBCU tour and everything. Hit GHO, hit up the AUC, go to Clark, Morehouse, Spelman. I've been to Howard before during the summertime, but not necessarily during homecoming season. And then I got a lot of friends too now from when I was SGA President at like Tennessee State, at smaller ones like Fisk or Lincoln University. A lot of people count those HBCUs out.
Yeah.
But, they're having a good time out there. They are, real talk.
Okay, yes. So what would you say is your dream homecoming lineup?
Okay, for sure. I feel like my dream homecoming lineup would probably be throwing it all the way back to like a 2013 YMCMB type of homecoming, right? So you got
Nikki,
Lil
Drake.
Wayne, you got Nikki, you got Drake, you got everybody just having a good time. And just think about the nostalgia. You got the old heads coming back, but at the same time, they got classics.
Right.
So you got the classics that all the young people gonna know at the same time. So I think that it's a good bridge, and the fact that the old heads plus the young crowd can just have a good time with some of the biggest artists that ever be in the game before. So let's make that happen one day.
Okay, so to wrap this up, you are a spring 2021 initiate of the Beta Nu chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. How would you say that being an Alpha has molded you as a man, as a student, as a friend?
So joining the Beta Nu chapter completely changed my life. You know, it gave me the opportunity to hone myself as a leader, to get out of my comfort zone, and to mentor and inspire, you know, the next freshman and everything that's coming up. I can remember when I was a freshman, my first week on the Hill, I got approached by the past student body president, David Jackson, just because he saw that I was gearing up and getting ready to run for SGA President. And just the fact that without even talking about Greekdom and anything like that, he was just willing to pass forward some knowledge and to pay it forward. And so that's why I try to do every day. I try to pass forward some type of knowledge to some freshmen or anybody that may just need a little bit of help on campus. My experience in Alpha in general, you know, I had the opportunity to be the Florida Federation of Alpha Chapters College Brother of the Year last year. And so, you know, that was,
Snaps.
Thank you. That exposed me to a whole nother network of individuals all across the state, you know, great men of distinction that have gone on, that are doing great things inside of their career and that are changing the world. So, you know, I think that it's really kind of hard to put in words the impact that Beta Nu has had on my life. And I guess I can kind of leave it at that, man. It really is kind of tough. It is.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure to interview you. Jada Pinkett, if you are watching this, Zach loves you.
Yes, I do.
Hit Zach
Jada.
up.
It's all love.
Yes, thank y'all so much for watching, and be sure to tune in to the next episode.